Most people don't realize that some of the strongest gardens in history were not built with constant watering, endless fertilizer, or expensive landscaping. They were built with plants that multiplied quietly, relentlessly, plants that spread beneath the soil while entire civilizations rose and fell above them. What if I told you that a handful of forgotten perennials planted in April could slowly transform an ordinary backyard into a self-sustaining green sanctuary that returns year after year with almost no effort at all? A living system that becomes thicker, stronger, and more resilient with time instead of weaker. And by the end of this video, the final 2 plants on this list may completely change the way you think about lawns, drought, and survival gardening forever. Especially the last one, because for centuries, people trusted it more than modern grass itself. April is a turning point. The soil begins to wake. Moisture still lingers from spring rains. Roots establish faster now than almost any other season, and the gardeners who understand this window know they are not simply planting flowers. They are building future shade, future medicine, future soil stability, and in many ways, future independence. The first plant is relentless in the quietest possible way. Creeping thyme, scientifically known as Thymus serpyllum, was once planted between ancient stone pathways across Europe because people discovered something extraordinary about it. The more it was stepped on, the stronger its fragrance became. Roman soldiers carried thyme as a symbol of endurance and purification. Medieval households scattered it across floors for cleanliness and protection. But modern landscaping replaced it with thirsty lawns that demand constant mowing, watering, and chemicals. Creeping thyme behaves differently. It hugs the earth like a living carpet. In April, as temperatures soften, it begins spreading rapidly through underground stems, filling empty spaces with dense, aromatic foliage. Bees swarm to its tiny purple flowers, weeds struggle to compete, and once established, it can tolerate drought conditions that would leave traditional grass brittle and brown. Plant it in full sun with well-draining soil, space the plugs apart, and let patience do the rest, because this is not a plant that rushes. It conquers slowly, permanently, quietly, like forgotten wisdom returning to the land. The second perennial was once considered almost magical. Comfrey, or Symphytum officinale, has been cultivated since ancient Greece, where healers prized it for its astonishing regenerative abilities. Farmers later discovered something equally valuable beneath the surface. Its roots drilled deep into the soil, mining nutrients far below the reach of ordinary plants. Potassium, calcium, nitrogen, minerals hidden underground are pulled upward and stored inside massive green leaves. Modern agriculture largely abandoned plants like comfrey because industrial fertilizers replaced natural systems. But now, as soil depletion spreads and water becomes less predictable, gardeners are rediscovering why this perennial survived for centuries. Once planted in April, comfrey explodes with growth. Its leaves can be chopped and dropped around fruit trees as nutrient-rich mulch. Pollinators adore its bell-shaped flowers, and even in harsh summers, its roots keep bowing deeper. Plant it where you want it permanently, because removing mature comfrey is notoriously difficult. It thrives in full sun to partial shade and appreciates moist soil during establishment. But once settled, it becomes astonishingly resilient. This is not merely a plant, it is a living fertilizer factory hidden in plain sight. But the third plant may be one of the most underestimated ground covers in America. Yarrow, Achillea millefolium, named after Achilles himself, who, according to legend, used it to treat wounded soldiers on ancient battlefields. Indigenous tribes across North America relied on yarrow for medicine, wound care, and ceremonial purposes long before suburban lawns existed. Yet today, many people mistake it for a weed. That mistake says everything about modern gardening. Yarrow survives where delicate ornamentals fail: dry hillsides, neglected corners, poor soil. It spreads steadily through rhizomes, forming soft fern-like mats that suppress weeds while attracting armies of beneficial insects. Its roots improve soil structure over time, increasing resilience against erosion and drought. And once April warmth arrives, yarrow begins expanding with surprising speed. The fourth perennial once fed entire rural communities during hard times. Egyptian walking onions, Allium X proliferum, are unlike ordinary onions in one almost unbelievable way. Instead of relying solely on seeds underground, they grow tiny bulb clusters on top of their stalks. Eventually, those tops bend downward, touch the soil, and root themselves automatically. The onion literally walks across the garden. It survived because it did not depend on human perfection. Homesteaders treasured these onions because they returned every year without replanting. During food shortages and economic hardship, they provided dependable harvests when annual crops failed. Yet industrial farming pushed them aside in favor of standardized supermarket varieties. Plant them in April in loose soil with moderate sunlight. Water them during establishment, then step back. Over time, they multiply into thick colonies that offer edible greens, bulbs, and resilience all at once. Few vegetables embody self-sufficiency more completely than this forgotten perennial. Now, the fifth plant may be one of the most beautiful forms of rebellion against modern landscaping culture.
Clover. For generations, white clover, Trifolium repens, was intentionally mixed into American lawns because it naturally fixed nitrogen into the soil, stayed green during drought, and fed pollinators. Then something changed. Herbicide companies realized that weed killers accidentally killed clover too, so marketing campaigns slowly convinced homeowners that clover itself was a weed. An entire nation was persuaded to destroy one of the most useful ground covers ever planted. Today, clover is returning, quietly, powerfully,